it's election day and I'm gonna do my election day makeup or whatever. I'm so excited. This is like the weirdest election day ever, obviously, because not only do we have a woman that is running for president, it's a woman of color. We've only had one other person of color who's ever been president or let alone ran for president. So it's definitely such a weird time that we're in. And then obviously, like, I think this is like the first time, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but we have a president that ran for president again, lost, and is running for president again. I don't think that ever happens in history. I'm not sure, but it's definitely something that I don't want to miss out on. I want to go ahead, do my part as an American, because we worked so hard. And when I say we, our ancestors worked so hard. Not even my ancestors, like my grandmother, like that time frame, worked really hard for us to have rights. Here we are. I will bring you guys along with me to vote, which is not something very special. I'm sure all of you are gonna be going out and voting, but I'm gonna do election day makeup, which is gonna be so calm and pretty much simple. But I figured I'd bring you guys along the journey with me. I remember I missed out on my first opportunity to vote, and I was 18 when Obama ran for president the first time. And my dad was so disappointed that I didn't vote. But the thing is that I didn't even know how to vote. It's like crazy, like people get so upset. Oh, why didn't you, but nobody guides you throughout these things. Like they just expect you to know what to do. And I was like, I've never voted in my life, and not one person told me, reminded me. Like, I'm so not a news watcher at all. So even at that time, I was not very big on watching the news. I had no idea how to even go about voting. So if you have children who are just of age to vote, make sure you guide them because I feel like I had absolutely no guidance, but then I got reprimanded for not voting. And it's like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to do something that I don't know how to do. Of course you can Google it, look it up. I'm sure like people are old enough to do that, but it was a different time then. Like I was not looking up or researching anything that was not important enough to me. Was I old enough to vote with Obama? Actually, I actually don't remember. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been the second time Obama ran that I did just not show up. Now that I think about it. And my dad was so disappointed in me. And I was like, this is the thing. The people in high school, your teachers, your mentors don't teach you things. And then they're like, well, why didn't you do this? And I'm like, so ever since that, I figured it out. I learned on my own how you vote. You look it up. It's all online. If you're not sure where to vote, like all the information's out there. I know ignorance is not an excuse, but that was my excuse when I was in my younger years. I voted when Hillary ran for president, and then obviously moving forward. No, I feel like I voted before that too. I honestly just don't remember. I really just don't remember. The politics are so weird that I don't even like to get into it, because I think that people need to do more research and figure out and make their own opinion and not just watch what people say, actually look up policy. But sometimes I be confused. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wonder how many people are going to vote today and they're not making an informed decision. They're making a decision off of who they felt is the prettiest or the nicest, or their vote out of fear of what's gonna happen. I'm like at a point where it doesn't matter who's president, God's got us. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have any anxiety, fears, or anything like that. This is what I use for my primer, guys. By the way, I did a conference. This is Milk Makeup. I did a conference 2 days ago and everybody was like, oh my God, your makeup is so beautiful. So I'm gonna just basically emulate that. And then I'm gonna use this NYX the brow glue on my brows, just laminate it. I just push it up. But anyway, I feel like a lot of people make decisions off of fear. You're the average of the 5 people around you. So if everybody around you is voting one way, you probably feel a need to vote that way, or you'll feel shamed. That's why it is, you know, closeted. Nobody should know. It's nobody's business who you vote for. Hell, you could lie if you want. and say, I voted for this person, and then really have voted for whoever you want. But nobody should feel shamed. Like, I get it. I understand when people are like, how can you vote for someone who's racist or who's against women's rights and blah, blah, blah. I can understand anybody's point of view. I understand someone not wanting to be friends with someone who is voting for a person that morally might not be the best. But I believe in forgiveness and just meeting people with where they're at. It doesn't mean you have to be like best friends with people. It just means that you give them grace and you just love people from afar if that's what you want to do. This is not a vote one way or vote another way. Get ready with me. I'm not about to do that. I think you guys can assume who I'm voting for because they look like me, but either way, doesn't really matter. But I want y'all to realize, oh my God, so let me tell you guys, before I even get into that, this Pat McGrath concealer did the trick the other day, but I had to mix it up so much. Make sure you mix it because it could be watery. Make sure you mix all your products, y'all. That's what makes a difference with the application. But this Pat McGrath is so lean. Oh my God, and it's so much lighter than my skin, but for whatever reason, it did the job. And I like to do this thing called underpainting, and I'm depressed because I am running out of this. I've been running out of this for a really long time. I like to bang it and see if I can get any product out of it. It's the Makeup by Mario, like bronzing stick. And when I underpaint, I do my contour and concealer underneath my foundation. That's all underpainting is. There's just so much product left in this tube. And for whatever reason, I don't know if my tube broke, but for whatever reason, I can't get all the product out. Underpainting is something that I've learned through Scott Barnes. That is J-Lo's makeup artist. And Scott Barnes has his own makeup brushes and tools, I think it is. Oh my God, they're so expensive though. I wish I could afford them. I cannot. Oh, and that's the thing about me. I'm the type of influencer where I'm not about to lie and make it seem like I can afford product that I can't afford. If I can't buy with my own money, I'm not gonna promote it. I've gotten gifts and like freebies, but if I get like a gift or something and I can afford it, then I'll talk about it. But if it's something I would never buy with my own money, I won't talk about it. It doesn't make any sense to do that. So we're gonna take this beauty blender and blend out all the makeup that's already on my face, and then we'll put the foundation on top of that. I forgot what I was talking about when it came to the election. But yeah, a lot of people just have fear. And the thing is that I don't care. It's not that I don't care. Let me rephrase that. It does not matter. God got me. People have been going through poverty, inflation, gas prices, tax issues for years and years to come, and I just really truly believe that it's not a problem that's ever going to be solved. Like, we could think that a president is going to make a difference, but 1 or even 2 terms a lot of times doesn't make a difference. We have a system that's been going on for years and years, and I think that a lot of people expect things to happen in like a 4-year term, and it's so hard. I mean, it could be so hard and so easy at the same time. Like, it's so crazy that Roe versus Wade was overturned. Like, that felt so simple, but we have people who are playing like poker and chess. Like, you can't show people your hand and you can't do too much, or half of the country's gonna hate you and the other half of the country's gonna love you, and it's just a shit show. Like, it's so scary and depressing. And I think that we would be ignorant to believe that our president has all the power to make all the change, because it's not the case. Stuff has to go through Congress. It has to be like a whole country agreement. Obviously the president can stop change, but, and I would do your own research on that. I think a lot of people think, oh, like, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. And it's, yo, they literally can't. They can't without the permission of a whole bunch of other people. Just don't be too weary. Do the best that you can. This is the Makeup by Mario foundation. Do the best that you can to make an educated decision and do what you feel is best, or just pray on it. But either way, there's nothing that can make me afraid about anything that's gonna happen is gonna happen. Things happen in cycles. I just think it's silly for us to believe that this one election can literally make or break our entire country. I would be shocked if it did, but I mean, I could be wrong. You guys could have a different opinion from me, but things have been the same way for so many years. But we have to make changes in our small communities. We have to have each other's back. Let's say our women's rights are taken away from us. We're gonna have to boss up and support each other. It gives us the opportunity to be like, yo, Candace down the road, it doesn't want children, but she can go to this state. Can we come together as a community and say, you know what? Let's raise money for this cause. Let's get her, oh my God, I got that all over my eyebrow. Let's get her to where she needs to go to get the medical care that she's requiring. And I feel like that comes from the community inside out. I don't think that is something that we should be relying on our president to do. You know, I think that there's so many things that small tribes of women can do or a community can do. We raise money for the craziest things. We raise millions and millions of dollars. But if you have someone who's down the road that needs assistance and she's sick because she's carrying a child that is making her sick or whatever, we should be able to say, okay, let's raise money, get her to this state. It's sad to think that it would get there. You know what I mean? It's sad to believe that people can't just get the medical care that they're requiring in their state, and that's like a very crucial and hard part. But until it's like a national thing, because I know they're making it state by state, let's just have each other's back and support each other and do the best that we can for each other with whatever circumstances. I think that my whole mindset moving forward is, what can I do from my position? Yes, we can try to change the whole world, but what can I do in my small town? And luckily I live in New York, so I don't really have to worry about the same things that some of these southern states have to worry about. But let's say I did live somewhere where the laws are completely different. If I have some money that can help a girl travel to do what's best for her health, like, why wouldn't we do that? Like, we have so much more power in our community than we think. And I'm not saying I'm pro like abortion. I'm pro, look, the thing about me is I'm pro-choice. I think people should have the option. If God gave us the option to live the life that we want to live, why would I try to dictate someone else's decisions? It doesn't mean that I'm running to go get an abortion anytime soon. That's not something that like I imply. Like, I'm very safe, and actually I would like to be abstinent until I'm married moving forward. So it's just my fears are a little bit different because I'm not gonna do anything, but who's to say? You never know what happens. Someone can break into my home and take that right from me, and then what? Now I have to deal with something growing in my body that I didn't have a choice to have. It's just convoluted and messed up, but I know that I could probably rely on other women to uplift me and get me out together, get me out of that situation. And I think that's the most important part, is if it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, that you are uplifting your community. And I hope I'm not repeating myself too much, but it's just so much more powerful. Like, I went to the African American Museum for my birthday, and one of the things that I realized is that a lot of the change happens because even though like people were slaves, they still stuck together and were like, we're not doing this until you guys do that. Or they were obviously, as a community, escaping, right? Running away, and it was scary and there were a lot of consequences, but the reason why change happened is because they stuck together as a community. So women need to stick together. Not all women believe what, you know, we believe, but we do have rights, and we should know the law, and we should be able to use the law to our advantage. And that's the best thing that you could do. That's why people back in the slave times ran to the north, because they knew that they would have freedom if they were up north, right? And knowledge was power. No, I don't have the power to pick the president myself. None of us do. But we do have the power to help each other out, There's so many people that are so privileged and they don't even know it. Like, for example, like for me right now in my position, don't have any money in my account right now. I'm waiting to get paid for my company. I get paid once a month, and when I tell you I have $0 in my account right now, like zero. I have no money, and I've been complaining. I'm like, hey, pay me. And it's like an ongoing situation that I've had. So by the way, I put setting powder on my eyes. I use the Pat McGrath setting powder. That's the only other stuff I've done so far. And I put a little bit more of the brow stuff because I put makeup on it by accident, and I wanted to make sure that my brows, the brow stuff is clear, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, I have $0 right now. But if I needed to eat, I could go to my friends and family and be like, y'all, like, I'm struggling. And they would help me. They would help me. And when I do have it, I help every time I can. And also, when I get to the point, like, I'm trying to, like, follow the Dave Ramsey program, which is really rough and tough, and I'm failing every day. Like, I don't have the discipline. I have not had the discipline to stick with it, and that's why I'm still in the same position that I'm in today. But when I do follow that program and I do the best that I can, that empowers me eventually to be able to help those around me when I am in a financially stable position. So if you're not capable of helping right now, that's fine. You don't have to do anything big. You don't have to buy someone's flight, but you can set up a fundraiser and be like, hey, there's someone online in my community that went through this and we would like to raise money for that, and then everybody can come together and do it. So I'm not saying break your own bank to help people, but if you can help people, you can. Like, I gave a friend of mine money the other day because she was in between situations, and it was on my heart to give her money, but it doesn't mean that's the way that you have to help. Like, sometimes people are hungry. You could just go in your own, like, pantry and say, what do I have to feed this girl? That's like my biggest hardship right now, is that I don't have any food in my house and I have $0. I wouldn't even mind being broke if I had food. But I have my community. Like, I can call my dad and call my boyfriend, like, and call my people, and I'm being super vulnerable with you guys. Like, I don't have it all together. I quit my job to follow a dream. And that's why I love America so much, is because, like, you can dictate how you want to live your life. But you can also get yourself into a broke position. I used some Anastasia Beverly Hills to contour around my face, the powder. But what I want to do is I want to take some setting powder and set my entire face before I put any more powder, because that helps. That genuinely helps to make sure that everything is put on evenly. Setting powder, I should have did this before I put the bronzer on, and I think this is what made such a huge difference during my conference. It's just having that set face before I put blush and powders and blah blah blah. Or even like eyeshadows. Let me change my battery on my camera because of course it's dying. Of course it's dying, but at least it's not overheating. I don't know what setting I have it on, but it is not overheated. I powdered my entire face with the same brush that I bronzed my face with, which was probably not the best option, but hey, it's looking good. I do have some creasing here, but I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to just love my life and be happy. Okay, so something I did, which was a really good, and maybe I'll do like a separate video just about makeup that's not talking about politics, because I don't know much about politics. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I am doing the best that I can. I really am. But we have to be so effing for real to know that both sides has pros and cons, okay? We're not dumb. You can't be dumb enough. You can't say that one is so much better. Like, they're equally, I wouldn't even say equally scary, because one side is definitely scarier than the other to me. But nobody's perfect, okay? Nobody's perfect. So I'm gonna use this Makeup by Mario blush. Oh, maybe I should say who I'm voting for. I'm voting for Kamala. Doesn't need to be a secret, because I'm voting for women at this point. It's for women. It's for women and people having rights. But I love this blush, by the way, because I can double duty it. I love how beautiful this blush is. What is it called? Buildable. And I do it, like, I do smile, and I don't do it, I do it like above, like on the top of my cheek. But on top of that, I like to use the NARS Orgasm blush because it has like gold pigment, and I don't like all of it to have that gold. So I just do a little layer on top, and I don't know, it just does something together that I can't really explain, but it had me looking delish on Sunday, okay? Look how beautiful that looks. And then I'm gonna put a little bit here, and I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, and I just look clean, put together, like I did something. I didn't do absolutely anything. I don't know what I'm wearing today. Oh yeah, I'm wearing red. I'm wearing red, which means that I think my eyeshadow has to be pretty plain. It has to play a plain girly. I'm gonna do a makeup by Mario. This is what I did on Sunday as well. And honestly, I'm gonna try my best to do exactly what I did, because like I said, I got mad compliments that day. All right, I used this. It's so funny because I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, these are called matte 1, matte 2, matte 3, matte 4, I think. Master Mattes is what it's called. We're gonna go in with matte 4, which is like this brown color at the end. And that's like my base. I use the entire palette is matte. And I think that's why I look so good, because just, I don't know, I just look put together. And you're really not supposed to rub, you really should pat product on, but I'm so impatient that I just want like a small layer anyway, and I don't care if a lot of it rubs off. I don't be caring because it's just my base. But if you want it to build, you have to tap. Like, that's the learning experience I've had through using this palette. We're gonna go ahead and use the matte, which is like this chestnut-y color right here. We're gonna use that, and I'm gonna put that toward that middle. I'm gonna start at the end, and then I'm gonna bring it up the middle, boom, boom. And be careful because this stuff is really buildable. You don't have to do much. So I like tap, and then I bring it in, tap, and then I bring it in. It does a lot. It does a lot by accident. I gotta wash my lashes today because I've not washed my lashes since I had them done. Again, on this side, just like pat and move, pat, move, pat, move. And then I'm gonna take like this dark matte 10, it's like this dark brown right here. And I'm gonna put it even lower. And I'm not gonna move it very far. Just, I don't know how to explain how to do eyeshadow, y'all. Like, I'm trying and it's not easy. So shout out to the girlies who are really good at describing stuff, because I'm not. But I'm giving it more like a smoky situation. So I'm not doing too much with that color. Then just pat and just like barely move it over. It's not going as far as the other one. Could take it a little bit over there, but it doesn't really matter because you're gonna put a lighter color on top of it anyway, so it's fine. But there we go, we're looking cute. And then we're gonna take this matte 3, which is like a peach, I don't know how to say it's peachy, but it's like a light color. This one right here. Using the same brush for all of it. This is the part where it's important, where you don't spread, you see, like, you have to tap it on. If you don't tap it on, then the color will not show up. Trust me, it will just wipe right off. But not easily though. It doesn't happen easily, but I love this color. It just looks so good. See how good that looks? It just looks so freaking good. And I think today something I'm gonna do different is, I don't really need to do an eyeliner, but I low-key want a cat eye. Like, I don't know what's going on with me, but I would love to be able to do a cat eye today. I don't really do it because it's really hard to do, but I've been fiending to do it. But look how pretty that is. You see how like buildable? It looks so freaking good. And then I like to take the dark color again just to get the edges, just to blend it. Just to blend it just a little bit. Just like make sure that it's all nice and neat where it meets. Boom, looks so good. There we go, it looks so freaking good. I love it. Now I want to do a cat eye. I'm not gonna be able to, I already have cat eyelashes though, so I might not even need to do that. I really might not need to do that at all, but y'all look so freaking good. And then something I did yesterday is I used this highlighter from Juvia's Place. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if they even sell this highlighter anymore. It's so old, but it's called the Royalty 1 by Juvia. And let me tell you, let me show you how pigmented this joint is. It's so scary how pigmented it is. Let me use this brush, because why not? It's so insane. I'm still a highlight queen. I don't know if the rest of the girlies in the makeup world is, but look at that. Barely tapped, barely. do like a little line, and then I like to do some more here. Just gently tap, don't do too much, y'all. Because once you do too much, it ruins the whole entire thing. And because I already powdered my face, I wouldn't use a beauty blender to blend this. I would use a brush. Ooh, just gonna, this thumb is gonna fall off. I got press-ons on. It's election day, baby. All right. And then I don't have any lip gloss in here, do I? I always bring my lip gloss with me elsewhere. But y'all, my face looks so good. Let's get this hair together and then we're gonna go get ready and vote, period. I'll be back. All right, so this is my election day outfit, y'all. I know you can't really see. Let me see if I can get you like a better visual from a further angle. But I'm wearing a long sleeve Universal Standard shirt with a cute skirt. It has like a slit starting right here, but the main event is the Thigh Saver. This is from Thigh Society, so when you wear skirts, you don't gotta worry about your legs rubbing together, and it's not shapewear, it's just to protect your thighs from chafing, but your girl's ready. Oh my god, so I got this cute necklace from TikTok shop, and it's a cross with a crown. Obsessed with her, like I want her in every color. I'm afraid that if she turns, I don't know what I'm gonna do, so I wanna order more. And then I actually got this ring from a festival that I went to, and I find it really, really beautiful and cute. It makes me feel like a wizard. And then I actually got this permanent jewelry from the same place, and it has like a little cross. Love that. And then obviously this is my grandmother's. So let's go vote, ho.
No, I'm in here and like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna miss this up. And I have a story because I skipped the entire line, but I'll tell y'all later.
So I voted, you guys. I know I'm in a completely different outfit. It's the same day. I just wanted to get comfortable. But story time. How did I not know where to vote? I Googled it and I thought I got it right. And I was so excited. I'm like, yes, we're gonna vote. It's early in the morning. I'm so excited. I get to the place where I think I'm supposed to vote. Well, first of all, can we talk about how I thought you could vote anywhere in the city that you live in? That's what I thought. I thought as long as I was within like a 10-mile radius. And like, yes, I voted before, y'all. Like but the difference is this time, like my dad didn't tell me where to go. And we live in different areas now. All the other times I feel like I voted in the same place every time. Like I don't remember voting anywhere else in my mind. So thank God I didn't go all the way to my church, because I was like, oh, my church has a voting place. But like supposedly like that's not my zone or my district. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I did vote. I should not be allowed to vote, y'all. Like I'm stupid, but it's fine. It's literally fine. I go and show up. This place has literally nobody there. It's literally empty. And the cool thing about it is that you can sit down and take your vote instead of standing. Like they have tables. And so I show up and I tell them my name, and they give me this slip and they say, look, you're in the wrong place. We're gonna give you a redirect slip. And it had the address of where I needed to go. And I was like, oh, well, it's fine. I'm sure there's not gonna be like that many people there. They were like, no, take this slip and go to the front of the line and say, hey, I'm here to vote. And you get to skip the entire line. Mind you, I didn't really even sit in a line. So like, I don't know what I was expecting. I honestly don't remember how voting works. You would think that I remember. I voted before. I don't remember there being lines. Was there a line? Like, I genuinely don't remember. Like, I literally get rid of everything that doesn't matter to me. Like, it's just like in and then it's out. Anyway, I went ahead and I voted, and I got to skip the line, and I could see I could feel the daggers in the back of my head. Like, who's this girl skipping the entire line? But they told me to. They told me to, so nobody can really be mad at me. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you hate that I skipped the line, you can give it a thumbs down, I guess. But give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification bell, because you guys know that I love doing content. I have a new win, so I'm gonna be just like posting anything at this point, just for vibes. You know, I want to spend time with you guys. I want to get to know you guys better. I want you guys to get to know me better. So I hope your election goes well for whatever you want. We all know who I voted for, so I hope that you guys are excited for the future. I love you guys. Peace.